Welcome to another Dark Vengeance painting tutorial. In this one we're going to look at the Dark Angels Chapter Master as seen here. This is my guy all done. Here's the paints that I used. These will also be available on my website. This image here, if you check the link in the description below. So the gold, just your typical GW gold. This is what I'm using for the Dark Angels green armor. Some of the black areas. Anything gray is kind of this done here. The cloak is going to be this purple set here. The white areas on the cloak are this, and some of the red details and any silver bits. So those are the paints. I'm not going to try to pronounce them because I always mess that up, but you can check that on my blog. Okay, so I started out with a black spray, and here we go with the base colors. So the dark purple there, dark green, light gray for anything that's going to be whitish color, and the base bone color there. And I left some of the other areas off. They're not quite as important, but now I've got them on there. So got some gold, medium blue on for the power sword, a little bit of red on there, and yeah, golds. So there we go, keeping on going here, getting all the base colors done. So I kind of did those all at once, and then I gave everything a wash. So got the sepia sort of wash on there, greens and dark purples, just to, and the Agrax Earthshade sort of Devil in Mud on all the golds. For the white areas, I gave it a blue wash. That was just to give it a bit of a bluish tinge to it, and yeah, I think it turned out okay. So here's after all the washes are dry. You can see colors are very muted and everything's quite dark. And didn't paint inside all of the lines, so I gotta touch that up. Okay, so now this is the greens here done. So painting on the medium green, the Warpstone Glow, and then I forget what the other one is on the top. So just painting the edges there with the greens, and on the back you can kind of see a bit more of how I went about doing that. Also working on some of the highlights there for the grays, and now I'm doing the edge highlights on those now. So you can see the difference between doing the medium sort of green and then just the sharp edges. And then I trimmed that down a little bit with a green glaze. So that's the green glaze that GW has, just to help blend those colors a little bit and give them a bit more of a rich color. Okay, so working up the highlights on this cloak here, as well as the layer on the whites. And it's hard to see there. You'll see it a bit better at the end. When you have high contrast, it's hard to get a good picture. Anyways, doing the same colors on here, actually used the witch flesh on there, which is a bit more of a cool white, so it just contrasts that a little bit more. And you can see some of the details coming out there on the swords on his hands and whatnot. Okay, so now I'm trying to build up the layers on this purple cloak, so trying to blend that in, just using nice thin glazes sort of thing, so it's solid color on the top areas, and then just trying to do whatever I can to blend it in there. Same on the front side, and then highlights just on the edges with the next color up, and blending that just a little bit just to help smooth things out. You can see it a bit there. Doing a little bit more detail along the edges just to help suggest some of the shadows. And yeah, working along the gold now, so doing the base colors there, highlighting it up. Same with the silver. So some of the icons have silver and gold on them, and the combi plasma. Working on these edge bits here, trying to make sure that they're as crisp as possible, and highlighting up all of these wing details. Now for this, all I did is I painted over this on the same medium, the base color there, just trying to blend that out, make sure that it ends. I didn't do a lot of extra detail on that. And then for the sword here, I'm just using the blues, so did a base color, shaded it, and now I'm using a medium blue, kind of doing alternating blending as much as I can, so going back and forth on different sides of the sword. So this is like the solid color here, blending it out as much as I can. Same idea there, and then what I'll do is I'm doing the next shade or next layer there and doing the same thing, so even a finer line and then trying to blend it a bit more. And then when I was done that, I took a bit of the white and I went around the edges and did a couple sort of reflection looks, and you'll see those as I go around the model. So yeah, pretty fast to paint up. Nice looking model, lots of character, fiddly bits and all that you would expect from your chapter master. And yeah, nice fun model, painted up fairly fast, especially compared to the next ones I'm doing, which are the Chosen Marines. And yeah, they're going to be a lot slower just because there's 6 of them and there's tons and tons of detail. So, hope you liked this tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions. Check out my blog. It'll be linked in the description below. And be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos. There'll be videos coming, if you're just seeing these as they come out, videos coming of each of the Dark Vengeance sets, or the squads and all that. A separate video pretty much every week. There you can see some of the fine lines I added on there just to highlight some of the, and give it some of the edges of the sword, as well as give it sort of a shimmering look. You can see there I did a little bit of extra white on the ends there. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out my other stuff. See you next time.